My name is William Shuttleworth. I'm from Newburyport, Massachusetts. I actually graduated from State University of New York at Geneseo in 1969 and got a master's degree from Geneseo in 1970 in special education. On May 15th, I decided to walk across America for the sake of raising awareness and funds for veterans. I've been very concerned that veterans are not receiving the services that they need. I'm concerned about veteran suicide. I'm concerned about veteran homelessness. I'm concerned about medical care. So since I walk 20 miles every day, instead of walking in a circle in my hometown of Newburyport, I said, why not walk across the country and engage people in an effort to build hope and power, personal power of the ordinary people to make some changes in Congress so that the veteran is not forgotten. Geneseo gave me a strong work ethic. I worked my way through college. I was a work-study boy, and I worked in the cafeteria. I worked for Dr. Gladys L. Rhodes, who was the director of special education. She's a pillar there. So I had a real core commitment that if you wanted something, that all you had to do was to exert a little elbow grease, in fact, a lot of elbow grease, and make that commitment. I also, because I was in special ed, recognized there was a whole range of people that were less fortunate than I. I had an obligation because I was lucky to be healthy and lucky to have a reasonable level of support in my family to give back to those that didn't. After my master's degree in 1970, I got a job as a special ed teacher in Batavia, and that summer I got drafted and I entered the Air Force and served 3 years of active duty in the Air Force and then 2 years in the Air Force National Guard at the end of the Vietnam War. Since the very first step, I have met literally hundreds of people, many of them veterans or their relatives of veterans, that have an outpouring of support for what they did and a private regret that the services that they need are not being provided. That's the most rewarding, listening to those stories. It is amazing that some men that haven't shared their stories from Vietnam in 50 years, for some reason or other, see me as an opportunity to unload and to cry and to weep and to hug. It's a real catharsis for some of these men and women, and I'm privileged that I was able to be there for them to do that.